Okay, this is March 6th, 2026, down at our southwest property line where the Little Bear Creek leaves our property. And just looking upstream, things are looking pretty good. Really starting to see lots of willows come in down here, which is a good sign. They ought to really grow this year. Okay, this is just upstream from the log jam. It's holding back water really nice. It's been spilling it out on this floodplain here. See an Oregon Junco right there on the stump. First one I've seen this spring. Anyway, we'll pan around to the west and then to the north. And it's backing water clear up to where the granite is, just on the other side of that log jam. We'll go up there and take a look at that next. This is a little bit farther north. This is about where that granite starts, where this whole ditch blowout started, was right here. Here's a little bit farther upstream, showing how that's spread pretty nice across the valley here. Pan around here, this is where that hole kind of was, and we put a bunch of stuff in here to plug it, and it's really backing water up nice to the north, which we're looking right now. See, the willows are starting to turn golden, and they're about ready to pop bud here in another couple of weeks. Don't know if you can see it, but here we are, March 6th, and there's a bluebird right down there in the grass going for bugs. That's beautiful color, getting his breeding colors. And I think that it looks like it's an eastern kingbird, or I can't quite tell on the fence rail there. No, it's not. I don't know what that is. There's a pair of them. There's another one on that other exclosure over there. Almost looks like cedar waxwings, but it's not. Here's where we put all that brush and little dirt plug, filling that hole last year. And boy, is it working nice. It's elevated the water. And you can see it's wet way back there. Comes a couple of ducks. Mallards, 2 pair. I just crossed over to the west side. You can see that's beautiful. Lots of geese. The water's backed up really nice here. It's really valley wide. I'll keep panning around here. You can see that There's water all back in those trees. Wanted to show this is the west side that was formerly dry. Some adaptive management we did just upstream there a little bit has sent water all across here. There's ankle deep water all the way over to those two little trees you see on the far side. I'll pan around here and hopefully you can see how much water's here all the way across. Now we're looking south, coming back around toward the west. As a result of our windstorm last December, blew the top out of that lodgepole, landed in a good spot, slowing down some water. Again on the west side, showing how our little adaptive management program sent a whole bunch of water over here. And it's really looking nice. Added another 150 feet of width to the valley. This video is from over on the west side, a little farther north than we were a minute ago. This is showing where the vegetation has really started coming in and how it's starting to split the water. And you can see the split here to the right is going out, and on this ground that used to be for years, I don't know, 100 years, was high and dry because all the water was in a ditch. And now it's flooding all this flat again. It's looking beautiful. Hopefully some of these trees will start dying because of overwatering. And we can put some more out there on the floodplain, some of the dead trees, as breaks on the water, and spread it even more. Here's an area we'd like to do a little bit more adaptive to. We need to put some brush in there. Moving a little too fast right through there. But it's still, water's still pushing out onto this area here. It used to be just high and dry water, never went over here. It was all over on that far side in a 8 to 10 foot deep ditch. But it's actually looking pretty good right now. This vegetation's really got the brakes on it. This little bit of video here will show you the value of an exclosure. Notice the one in the distance of the willows. If you keep the willows away from the elk, this is what you get. Those are mostly 10 feet, I would say, growing really well. I'll pan around here so you can see that this is wet virtually everywhere right now. Here's a video toward the north end. This is where the old bridge used to cross the ditch. see how it's looking. The old bridge used to be right there. I'll pan on around. See how nice and wet it is. Some more damage from our windstorm, but it all dropped in perfect place. Okay, this is as far as our tour is going. This is our north property line. And I'm going to do a pan around here. Pan to the east. I don't fall down. There's the east. Coming around the fence is our property line. On north of the fence, which we're looking now, is the water we're backing up onto our neighbor, which they so graciously agreed to take. And then come around here to the west. Veg is really looking nice. You can see channels forming everywhere now. It's beautiful. Back looking south.